start. Welcome, wherever you're coming from. Feel free to introduce yourselves on the chat. Hundreds of people like you will participate, so why not take this opportunity and connect with them? We are going to enable also a poll to learn more about you and your business. So the webinar is about to begin. Hey, Martha. Hey, Laura. Hey, Roxanne. We're so excited to have you all here with us today. Feel free and be sure to ask your questions, as this is a real-time conversation, and we will try to answer them in the best way we can. Today, together with us on our live chat, we have Christina from our beloved customer support team, and she's looking forward to connect with you and answer all your questions. And let me say that, as always, tomorrow you're going to receive straight to your inbox the full recording of today's webinar to revive the moment. Why not? But keep in mind that it will not be only that. We will share more in a bit. So the only thing you have to do right now is to sit back and enjoy today's session. Let us give a few more seconds so more people will have the chance to join us from the beginning. Hello, everyone. Hello, Robert. Hello, James. I think that it's time for us to begin. As I said before, I'm Jo Milonis, LearnWorlds Product Marketing Manager, and together with our co-founder, Panos Chiosos, and our e-learning expert, Elisa, we'll uncover how successful course creators are expanding their digital products by designing diverse course types. So why not taking a look at the agenda for today? So let's go to the next slide. Yes, perfect. Panos will discuss how ideas can be turned into successful digital products. Then fasten your seatbelts as 18 proven course templates will be uncovered for you to take your content to the next level. Elisa will show us a bit of the how, but much of your learner's experience, real in our LearnWorlds platform in real time. Toward the end, we'll ask you to think a bit outside of the course and treat your content not only as a product, but also as a strategic asset. Last but not least, your questions will be answered live, as always, in our Q&A session. Don't forget to stay with us till the end for your freebies. A LearnWorlds crafted course design handbook under the framework that we are going to discuss today will be shared in the chat, but will arrive tomorrow as well in your inbox, and a juicy offer awaits for you. So without further ado, Panos, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Jo. Hi, everyone. This is Panos here. I'm one of the co-founders and the CEO of LearnWorlds. I would like to welcome you also to today's webinar. Hopefully, this is something that will interest you a lot, and you will get some great insights and actionable ideas that you will be able to implement in your own courses, whether you're just starting out or whether you're a seasoned trainer. We'll try to have something for everyone. Just to For those who come here to one of our webinars for the first time, LearnWolves is one of the top online course platforms. We are a course platform where people can create, share, and sell digital products, knowledge products, and online courses. An extremely powerful and flexible platform that allows you to implement all sorts of business models and all sorts of ideas that you have, and repackage and distribute your content to suit your own needs. We are here on a mission to empower and future-proof knowledge-based businesses, and we want to be the technology provider of choice for small and medium and large-scale businesses that are in this super interesting space of training and education. The subject that we're going to tackle today is to help you with your course design, to give you some proven successful recipes that you can implement also today. This is one of the major problems that our customers come to us with. Even seasoned experts and trainers who have taught many years in classrooms and universities and companies all around the world, when they transition to a new medium, sometimes they are perplexed by what this new medium offers, by the modalities and the affordances of online courses, and they struggle to go from teaching in class or from the PowerPoint that they have in mind, or even from the book that they have authored into an online course. And the truth is that the platform like LearnWorlds offers so many authoring capabilities that for a first-time creator it can seem daunting. Or even people who migrate, who come to us from other platforms, sometimes they don't realize how powerful the platform is and what they can implement and how interesting, engaging, and diverse courses they can create. So what we are doing here is we have gathered 18 amazing cases. These are examples from seasoned professionals who are super successful on the LearnWorlds platform, and we have enriched and enhanced all these ideas with our own instructional design expertise. And what we are doing here is giving you some recipes that you can take, adapt, enhance, if you like, adapt to your own situation, and reinvent all your courses. So these are some great ways where you can obviously cherry pick the ones that work from you, and combine them and reshuffle them, and be much more feel much more certain and confident about the kind of courses that you can create. There's no right or wrong. There are only better and best ideas. So feel free to copy, adapt, enhance, and come back with your own designs, and we'll be super happy to also hear all your comments and take into consideration your own designs and your own proposals, and so we would be super happy to enhance these 18 ideas here with the ideas that you will propose in the future. Keep in mind that these are proven designs that are working, so use them as a stepping stone to go out and create your own. So to start, I would like to say that we have organized these templates here in 3 different pillars. We have for you designs that are great fit for repurposing your content. Creating content is the most difficult endeavor for a course creator. We know very well from our own experience how difficult it is to create all this content. So what we're trying to do is to give you ideas to repurpose this content and give it a new life, adapt it to a different audience, adapt it to a different market, use another medium so that you can accomplish goals that fit together for your own business. The second pillar is training. Let's say the actual phase where you are trying to disseminate your course and to send out your content to your students or to your trainees. And the last part, a few templates and ideas about reinventing your course. Different ideas and different things that are a bit out of the box, don't fit right under a traditional course structure, but this can be great ways for you to enhance your business, to try new things, and to be more effective, to make your content be more effective. So I think we can start right away. This is going to be a fairly interactive session. Joe will chip in, and then obviously Elisa will, as always, do a great work in showing very practical, very hands-on how some of these things can be implemented. We're talking about 18 templates here. We cannot go super analytically into each and every one of those and explain how this works. But over all these templates that we will present, we will make sure to go over all the different features, so you will see at least once how you can use one feature. Don't be afraid about missing anything that we're going to say here. As Joe mentioned in the beginning, we will share a recording of everything that happens here. Feel free to ask your questions. Even if we don't have time to answer here, we will make sure to follow up and get back to you with any information. So are we ready to start with our first pillar, let's say, the first few templates? Let's go then. Repurposing. This is something that we will start with the assessment. This is always a very important part, either at the beginning or at the end of a course. What we're going to show here is how you can use a quiz or an assignment to help you assess the capacities of your students, assess their skills. This is something that you can do very easily at the beginning, so you know how what is the pre-existing knowledge or skill set of your students, and you know how to treat them, or you know where to place them, let's say in a different course, or in a different path, or in a different group of students. Assessment can also be an amazing lead magnet, because imagine you have this is one of the most viral things that people can find on the web. Somebody asking you, to test yourself, to assess yourself, to see, how good you are at a specific thing. This is very catchy. So you can use even this little course of that packs a pre-assessment to attract potential leads from around the web. So you can use it for marketing purposes, or you can use it for purely instructional purposes. So Elisa, let's show us a couple of things about how this thing can be implemented.
All right, so thank you, Panos. So take a look at this little structure over here, and now I'm going to switch my screen and show you how this is implemented into LearnWorlds. Hopefully you can see my screen over here. So this is a ready-made course we've created, and over to the Contents tab, this is where you start building that app. You can build in the sections, which you can see distinguished from here, and then even add in the little, all of the activities. Before I show you how you can add sections, how you can add activities, which I'm going to be showing you on the templates that we'll see moving on, let me go back over here into the layout page. Creating the course itself is super easy. You can do that from the course creation wizard. So each one of the courses you'll be creating will come packed with all these different tabs for the settings. The Contents tab is where you fill it in with the data, the assessments that Panos mentioned, and the Layout tab is essentially the cover of your course. If you click to edit and customize this tab, you'll see that it even offers and allows you to do that in the phone view. So that could be a portrait or landscape, and on other devices as well. And that is not only to view it into this format, but to also edit it in this format. So this was just a little introduction on how easy it is to also create the course, to edit it out, and then in the Contents tab, it's where you add in the sections, the learning activities, and all of that from here. I'm going to take it back to Panos, and as we move further down to the templates, I'm going to show you more and more things on how you can add the activities, how users view them, how you can add the sections, and so on. So Pano, back to you, and moving on, we're going to see more things.
Yeah, another extremely great idea, very, very important idea that we also learned from our course creators about packaging your course is the possibility of pre-selling your course. This can be an amazing experiment where you can even confirm the demand for a specific course before you go out and create it. So this is and you can even generate some profit. We've over the years we've come across many cases where people set out to create what they would imagine as the best course idea. Sometimes they spend months, 6 months, 9 months, and thousands upon thousands of dollars to create a course that they thought was going to be super successful, and then at the end they discovered that simply the demand was there or was covered by other ways, and we've seen many times successful pre-selling of courses where if you don't have the time or you're not certain about the outcome, you can just go out and create a few sections, let's say the first chapter of your course, You can go out and share it with your intended audience. You can even pre-sell it at a heavily discounted price. And that way you can both verify that there is sufficient demand for you to go out and continue creating this course. And obviously you can also get some beta testers, let's say, very early on, who can interact with this content and can give you some extremely valuable feedback. So this can be both ways, both as a marketing, but also as a formative instructional, let's say, process. It can be extremely amazing for you. And believe me, you will be, once you have your very, very few first users coming to your course, even to that first chapter, you will be extremely motivated to go out and complete the rest, because now you have an audience that is waiting for you out there. So you have to go and complete it. This is a great way. And through LearnWorlds, Elisa will show you how we're able to set up, let's say, a pre-selling experience with LearnWorlds.
Yeah, so let me again switch my screen and let me go over to the respective course. Let me find that over here. Sorry,
Elisa, until you find that, sorry to interrupt. Another way to do that without even creating any of the course is to do a short webinar like we're doing now. So even, you know, with a live unit, with a webinar, you can go out and more or less accomplish the same results. Sorry, back to you.
No, yeah, it's okay. So hopefully you can see this screen. So Panos mentioned pre-selling. So how can you pre-sell a course? So we saw how to create it very easily if you follow the steps onto the creation wizard. Now, if you go over to your course's access tab, you'll notice that there's a few modes, a few options on how you can offer your course. The third one in the row is the coming soon option. Now, what this does is that it makes your course great for pre-selling, because it will publish it into your academy. You'll be able to showcase this course, but users will not be able to get access to it yet. So this is the setting we have. This is the one that you can use for pre-selling. Again, once you create the course, you can find it under the access tab over at pre-selling. And of course, you can change the course's access mode whenever you wish, but this is the one you would want to use for pre-selling. Panos, Panos, back to you. You can go over to the next template. Or Joe, I think, is covering this one.
Indeed. So the next one is the orientation course. And what we mean by an orientation course, you can give a glimpse of your academy, an overview of the courses you offer by creating this type of course design. So what you can achieve, you can build student engagement and interest by offering short training programs of each one of your courses, and let the learners feel familiar with the goals of your academy. Keep in mind that a potential or a new customer always will appreciate getting a taste of what you have to offer to them. So, Elisa, if you want to show us how we can apply that in a real time.
Yes. All right, so again, let me switch back over here, and that is course number 3. So let me switch over to the respective course as well. Okay, so going over to the contents, again, here are the same contents that you'll see over here, divided in sections. So we have some videos over here, we have some ebooks, more videos and ebooks, and so on. So let's say that this time we are ready to add in an activity. So that's very, very easily done. You can add an activity wherever you want to. Let's say I want to add this right here, and I'm going to go for an ebook this time. So here's the list with all the activities. We're going to see that later on as well. Add in your ebook and give it a name. Mine is Get a Free. Right, so here is my name. Click on enter. You have to add in a name to the activity, and that's going to take you over to the builder itself. So if you already have your ebooks in a Microsoft Word file, that is great news. You can simply just import it from here and even choose to keep your formatting or not. However, if you don't have a ready-made ebook, or perhaps all you have is just an idea of what you want to create, then that's still great. Hover over to this plus icon, and you'll notice that we've created a number of elements for you to use. And obviously all of these also have templates, so you can use this to build out your own ebook, whether that be adding headings or perhaps a simple text, or maybe a combination of images and text, columns and text, emphasis, educational blocks. You can add and embed items and create links too. You can also use HTML if you are tech savvy. That is optional to further edit it out. So here's just a sample one. All of these elements right here are customizable. You can change out the images, the text, the colors, all of that you can change out if you want to. So just click on save and you'll be able to even preview from here. And that's going to take you over to our site builder, to our, course player, where you'd be able to view out the ebook. We're going to see the course player in a little bit, and I'll show you more on what this is. I'm switching back to Joe for now, and we're going to see more as we go.
Thanks a lot, Elisa. And then let's go to the next. Microlearning is the new black. And we have said that many times, and we prove it as pioneers in mobile learning, with the most powerful mobile app builder in the online e-learning industry. So mini courses are based on the bite-sized learning approach, which is best delivered via mobile device. Mini courses are short, think of that like teasers of a full-sized course, but in contrast to the presell and orientation types of courses, mini courses provide real educational value. They are like simpler versions of your full-sized course. For example, if you have a 2 to 5 hours course, a mini course must last less than 1 hour and offer the same, but a bit more simplified knowledge to your learners. At the end of a mini course, you can urge your customers to upgrade to your full-sized course if they want to gain a more in-depth knowledge. So Elisa, back to you to show us how to apply that.
Yep, so a few things here. Joe mentioned sections, so let's take a look on how we can add in those sections. Let me switch to the respective courses, this one right here from the list. So I'll show you how easy it is to add in a section. Now into a course, you can add in as many sections as you want to, right? Sections are just there to help you group or just categorize your activities. So adding a section is super easy. You can do it from here, give it a name, fill out the access type. So let me just add in a test one real quick for you. Let's say this is a paid one. You can add in a description for it. And just like that, the section will be created, allowing you to add 0, 1, or multiple activities if you want to. So very easily done from here. Now let's also preview some of the activities. So in this course, we have 3 sections, some PDFs, some ebooks, assignments, and so on. So let's say we want to preview this one. Now, there's a few options for you to preview the course, right? So far, we're viewing it from the author's mode. So the first button would allow you to preview the layout page. This will preview the whole course player. And if you go over to any of the activities, you'll notice there's a preview button that's going to take you straight over to that specific activity. So this right here we saw earlier is the course player. This is where the learning happens and where users go through and navigate through the sections that we created and whatever activities each section includes. So right here, I chose to preview this. You'll see that this is a little question that we have. What do you expect from this course? So let's say that I'm ready to start and answer that. Here you go. So this is an open-end assignment, meaning that I'm going to have to type in my answer over here. So that's how that would look like. If I want to navigate to another activity as a user, all I can do is simply just click on the activity itself or use these navigation buttons. Back to you, Joe. If you want to carry on with
I'll take it over, Elisa. So let's now go out and see about the actual training, how we can approach the course content and course structure in order to accomplish actual scenarios where we want to go out and train 1 or more people. The first and extremely versatile option is to do live courses. As you can imagine here, you don't even need to have a pre-made content. If somebody is a practitioner, somebody who can train, you can just go out and schedule a live session through Zoom or WebEx or another tool and just teach online. This is the first step, I would say, if you have a traditional face-to-face teaching scenario and you want to transition online, you can just go out and replace your normal in-class sessions with live sessions that you do online. And this can be either in a one-to-many scenario where you would have a whole class of people, and now this class is online and remote, or you can even do one-on-one sessions. So imagine if somebody offering one-on-one coaching sessions, it can be a health practitioner, even anybody who offers some kind of consultations. You can do that online by scheduling a live session. This is the easiest way to just go out and teach online. And it doesn't necessarily have to be just the speaking video. You can enhance all this by adding and offering more experiences around the live courses. It can be downloadables, it can be PDFs, it can be quizzes before, or surveys, like a survey that you put after the session in order to evaluate, for the student to evaluate what has happened. So you can create a much more structured, a much more professional and engaging experience around a basic live session. And let's see, Elisa, how this would look like.
Yep. So live sessions are extremely popular, especially after the pandemic, right? So let me go back over here, and this created has a few, but we're also going to create one together so that you can see just how easy that process is. So let me go over to the Contents tab. Apologies for any delays. It's just due to the webinar that's at the same time. All right, so this is the course that we're seeing over here, the same structure. So there's a few ebooks, and obviously there's also live sessions. So how can you add these live sessions, right? So you see that this course has 2 sections. You can add in a session activity either from here, or again, if you create a new section from scratch. Let's go for here, and then navigate over to the second tab where we have live sessions. So we actually teamed up with Zoom, Calendly, and WebEx. So if you have an account with any of these tools, that's great. You can simply just connect it to your school from the settings, and then you can utilize the respective activities. So you can have simple Zoom meetings, right? Just a simple Zoom meeting. You can host Zoom webinars, perhaps such as this one, WebEx meetings if you're using WebEx, and if you have a Calendly account, you can also connect that to your school and allow your learners to schedule one-to-one or even group coaching sessions. So very, very easily done. Let me just real quick go and add in a simple Zoom meeting. You'll see just how easy that is. Again, a prerequisite is that you already have the respective account connected into your school. I've connected my Zoom account, so let's click right here. Give your live session a name. Let me name this Meetup, and then click on Save and Edit, or just click on Enter, and that's going to open up the settings for this activity. So the title we just type, you can add in a little description, just let them know what's going to be talked about, what's going to be discussed into this section. Then you have the main topic and the full description for it. The important things, though, is selecting the time and the date, right? So when will this live session take place? So click right here. That's going to open up this lovely calendar. Let's say I want this on the 24th of the month. You get to select the time from here, from a list. I think I'm going to leave it to this and click on apply. You get to decide the duration, whether or not this is a recurring meeting, and then you'll find some auto recording options and play options over here. So go through all of these, and once you're done, just click on save. I'm just rushing through this because I would like to also show you how it looks like into the course player. So let me click onto the preview and see how the users are going to be seeing this. So you saw just how easy it is to create it itself. And right now, this is what it looks like, right? It says we got our date, the name of the meeting, and obviously it says it's not ready yet. That only means that the admin actually hasn't started the call, which makes sense. We just created it. But if the call has started, your users would be able to join from here without necessarily having a Zoom account, right? All they need to do is just be enrolled into the course, and they can be added over here. And they can also add this event to their calendar so that they have it right in there too. All right, so back to you guys. Moving on to the next template.
Yes. Thanks, Elisa. And allow me a small intervention here. The amazing thing with Learnwolds is that even all these very, very diverse experience, all these different learning units and all these opportunities for assessments, for live classes, for quizzes, the great thing with LearnWorlds is that you still manage to put them in a great specific path for your students to follow. So these are not, students don't get lost. These things are not hidden away. Students don't have to search for them. At the end of the day, they will go back into a very specific course structure. They will have a path to follow. One experience will be right under the other. You can fully control all the course contents. So even though we present here many, many different opportunities and cases and interactive options, the resulting experience is still very well guided and controlled by you, and students will have very specific steps to go through, so they will not feel lost at any point. Instead, they will feel guided and right at the right place at the right time to participate in what you are designing for them. So the next case that we would like to show is demonstrations or workshop courses. These are particularly well-fitting for things where we do things with our hands or we implement something. It could be arts and crafts, it could be do-it-yourself, it could be painting, sewing, fitness, even developing, like writing code, doing fitness classes or yoga, anything that where you have a seasoned practitioner who shows you how to do things. In the physical world, in let's say very classic teaching, this could be considered apprenticeship learning, where you have an expert right next to you and who shows you how to paint. You can I will show my age, I guess, a bit here, but for the older people, you can remember Bob Ross, the amazing painter. This is the kind of experiences that you can have. Somebody who shows you how to do things and you follow along. And this can be extremely immersive and engaging. And also for you as a teacher, extremely easy to record. It can be just a screen recording if you do something online like designing or writing code, and sometimes you can explain yourself, or you can add some let's say some narrative later, or some text, or you can have with one or two cameras very, very easily, you can record what you are doing and you can narrate it so that people can follow along. So Elisa, how would that look like within LearnWorlds?
Okay, so demonstrating skills. In this course, we're going to see sawing. Let me take it over to that course as number 7. Right, sewing. So if you're able to demonstrate a skill, that means that you already are very good at it, right? So how do you translate this into a platform? So over here, we've created this course. Again, the scenario is sewing. I like that myself too. So we've created 2 sections. You'll see that you can add in a little ebook in the beginning, just to let them know what to expect from this course. Then perhaps, like Panos mentioned, you could record yourself in a short video and start showing techniques for sewing. Then maybe you want to have the transcript of that very video. You can offer it for downloading. You can even have a Q&A live session, right? So if they watch this, you can set out, let's say, a meeting once per week and see if they have any questions on this lesson. Quizzes, so all of these you can add in from here, right? So this is just a demonstration. While I'm here, let me also show you a few more things about the sections, which we didn't mention much. Like I said, the more I'm switching my screen, the more I'm going to be showing you things that you see over here. So onto these sections, besides adding them, you'll find that you can also reorder them very, very easily from here. You can add in new sections, you can copy, paste, and delete sections as well. And you can also import whole sections even from other courses. So let's say that you not only have one sewing course, you have 2 courses about sewing, and maybe they share some activities. Why have to create those from scratch? You can simply just import a whole section or even activities from here very, very easily. All right, back to you guys with the next template.
Yes, so I will continue with professional training courses. These are designed to build knowledge, skills, and competence in a group of people or a team. They are either used by companies internally to build skills for their employees, or they can be used by professional bodies, professional accreditation bodies, in order to attest the knowledge that a certain practitioner should have on a specific field. It could be accounting, it could be medicine, it could be something to do with health and safety, anything that you can imagine that applies in the professional world. So these also have usually more specific and a bit more austere structure. They need to always be more professional. And I can also tell you that these are usually the most highly sought after and the most expensive courses that are being sold through the various LearnWorlds schools, because somebody who wants to acquire new skills in order to get a promotion, get a new job, get a raise or anything else, they are willing to invest heavily in acquiring a professional course or accreditation. This means that the structure also needs to be quite professional. Usually there are specific learning objectives that the student needs to fulfill at the end of the course in order to have in order to attain the course. And in some cases, there's also a very assessment that follows at the end, and the course is always very result oriented. So you need to achieve the goals that are described there in order to have this professional, let's say, experience. So what can we show about professional training courses within LearnWorlds?
Okay, so again, let me go back over here, and that was course number 7. So professional training, that means that you need to have a lot of tools to be able to show a range of activities, right? So let's see, what are those type of activities that you can add into a LearnWorlds course? Now, for this very course, you can see that we've made use of videos, ebooks, SCORMs even, quizzes and assessments, ebooks, and so on. So some of these we did see. If you click on the add activity option, we did do that earlier, but we didn't actually touch upon all of these options. You'll see that there's a very, very wide variety of learning activities that you can use for your professional training courses and for any course really in LearnWorlds. So we have this divided in multimedia, where you can add in all sorts of multimedia activities such as videos, and you can even use the platform to turn these to interactive experiences. Ebooks, we saw simple PDF files, SCORMs, very, very useful if you're working with SCORMs and HTML5 packages, MP3s, YouTube, SoundCloud, live sessions that we saw earlier, and exams, right? It's very typical that there is an exam, usually towards, usually towards the end of a course, so you can add in formal examinations over here with time constraints. Those are hybrid, meaning you can add both open-end, closed-ended questions as well. Self-assessments, forms, you can create forms straight into your course player, offer a certificate, and that is extremely important in training as well, right? Just offer a diploma or a proof of knowledge. And again, you can also embed really anything inside your course as long as that tool offers you an embeddable code. If you're working with presentations as well, you can add those via SlideShare. And yeah, so I would suggest if you don't have a trial with us, just create one just so that you can see and play around with these, see the abundance and the variety of the type of activities you can add into a professional or really any LearnWorlds course. So back to you over here, and I'm going over to the next template.
Thanks, Elisa. Mindful of time here, so we'll try to squeeze as many as possible in our presentation. The next thing that we would like to talk about is the XDay Challenge course. This is something that we've been extremely, it has been extremely fun. We've used it extensively here in LearnWorlds. If you have a complex task, a complex project that you would like people to follow, and we know how difficult it is to keep them motivated and to keep them engaged. This is one of the let's say issues that plague online courses: low attainment and low engagement. This is one of the ways to do it. So you break your big project into smaller steps, and you give them certain days to complete the course, and you can have frequent check-ins. It can be every day, every couple of days, every week, in order to progress to the next step and to nudge your students or your trainees to follow along. In the past, we have been launching the just launch it challenges, where either in a 2 weeks period or in a month's period, we were checking in daily, sometimes with our potential course creators, and we will helping them to structure their course, to start building some of their content, and to be able at the end of the challenge to publish their first online course. So this can be about writing some computer software, doing something, even a gardening project. Anything can be broken down in a challenge. It's nice and fun to bring in a group of people who are at the same level and who help each other and who are very passionate. Peer learning and peer support is very important, so these students can gradually build their skills all together and be very happy at the end of the challenge and be willing to buy more courses, use more of your content, and be happy with their training. So how would that look like within LearnWorlds, Elisa?
Okay, so I'll be quick on this one since time is of the essence. So the XDay courses, right? So I have this over here. So that means that your sections aren't just sections, but they represent a day, each different day on your course. So let me go over here as well. So the way that you can structure a course like that is, in the beginning, just add a simple section, letting them know about the challenge. Then divide these sections per days and just add in the activities that you'll be doing per day. Even if it's the same one, you can simply, as we saw earlier, just create the activity once, and then you can import it from the other section and just change the names. Over here, you'll see we have day 1 and day 2. The first ones are the goals of the day, and then you'll see challenge 1, challenge 2, and so on. So these are the XDay type of courses. Again, typically a lot of entry in the beginning, and then the sections are representing the days. And towards the end, if you want to, you can even make another section just to sum up the whole challenge and how we went. So this is for this template. Going back over here and moving on to the next template.
And Elisa, to complement, this can also be combined with drip feeding, because you can also schedule when these days will be unlocked, so you can automate the whole thing. And once you've set it up and run it once as a live course, you can even have the whole thing recorded, and you can replay it as a evergreen content with new cohorts of people. So this is effectively the way that you can set up a cohort course, which is like it's something that is very trendy. You can have the whole structure, and then you can just clone this structure and have a new group to be admitted to this course. Now let's go to the next one, which is certifications, which is something that can be either a course on its own, or it can be combined with anything that we mentioned here together, because really people do love their certificates. It's a certificate is a very nice, a physical token and of accomplishment. People like to get proof of their effort, proof of their achievements. So this can be either a full professional course that leads to getting a certificate at the end. You can combine it with assessments or not, and this gives great validation of the knowledge that the students acquired. So you can combine it with any of the courses that we mentioned before. You can have your own requirements and milestones and assessments, but at the end, everybody would be super happy to get a digital certificate, and then they can print it, put it on a frame, and be super happy about it. So how would this look like within LearnWorlds?
All right, so course number 9. So we talked about prerequisites and certificates. We did see earlier how easy it is to add a certificate from the list of the learning activities and from here. So I'm not going to show that at all. But let me touch upon something different, which is the navigation part. So in order for someone to get a certificate or to finish up the course, they're going to have to run through all of the activities, right? So how does one determine how that is going to go, the navigation process and the flow? So you'll notice over here into your course under the course player settings that we have these 3 lovely options where you can allow users to freely navigate over to your activities, or you can have them have to absolutely finish the one they're on in order to move forward, or you can set up a specific activity as prerequisite to move forward. So these are the 3 important and interesting course navigation flow settings for the activities that you can set from here. So going back, and let's go to topic courses.
Topic courses or niche courses, let's say, this can be something extremely useful for you as well. You can choose a specific concept that is might be super interesting, very specific, and very niche, and you can create a mini course around that. It can be just a single concept. It can be 10-20 minutes. It doesn't have to be long. And in many cases, you can, depending on your audience and your subject, you can create multiple mini niche courses that cover the different aspects, let's say, of your subject matter, and this can be the entire content, and people can purchase single or multiple niche courses like that. And also, these niche courses can be extremely handy for marketing, because you can advertise or you can target people who like this particular thing or are searching for something that is very particular, and that way they can find your courses and discover the rest of the content that you might have to share with them.
Right. So topic courses, these, like Pano said, are typically mini courses. So a great idea about mini courses is bundles, and you did see that over here in mentioned. So what are bundles, and how can you incorporate or add in your course as part of a bundle? So if you go over to the Access tab, sorry, I meant to the pricing tab. So bundles is essentially a group of courses all come together, bundled up, and usually sold in a discounted price. So if you're creating a course, you can choose to create a bundle and include that course into a bundle. If you go over to your course's pricing page under the related bundle, so just click on create bundle. That's going to run through the wizard. It's very easy to fill in and go through, and then that's it. You can add in and bundle up a few courses together, a few mini niche topic courses like Panos mentioned, and sell them all together instead of individually. So going back over here and over to the next topic for traditional academic courses.
Well, this is what you would expect to find in a university. And this is a more traditional structure. It usually split into weekly content, and in there you may have tests, you may have your ebook, you may have assignments, you may have where you need to hand in an assignment for something that your professor gave out. You might also be assessed based on your contribution on the forum, how you participate in classroom discussions that in this case happen online. So we do have some of the world's top universities that are actually using LearnWorlds for cases like that. It can be either for an academic course or for an executive education course. You can fully replicate that experience with the kind of learning units and affordances that we offer.
Okay, so how does a traditional academic course would look like? So let me go over there. Now, in academic courses, there's a lot of use of videos, ebooks as well. And this is exactly what we've created into this little one. So you can see that it has 1 or 2 sections, and there's a number of ebooks, videos, and all of that. So let's actually preview a video this time. We haven't seen one yet. So again, just click on preview over here. And that's going to take you back to the course player to start playing out the video. Let me pause this. Let's say that, ignore that this is me, but let's say that this is your instructor. Here's the video. It simply plays from here. Right under here, you have all the video player settings. You can pause, you can fast forward, and all of that into the video. If the video has any transcripts or any subtitles, you'll be able to even see all of that from here. And going back over to the next tab, the next one for drip feed courses.
Super, thank you, Lisa. We are going to speed up, so let me go very, very quick. Drip feed courses, maybe a lot of you already know what this is about. It's about releasing your content in time. Start selling first before your content is ready to publish. So you can organize your content in a timely released way, section by section, and it does not become available from the first moment to your students at once. So by the time your students will sign up for a drip feed course, they can see the next sections, but not have access to them. And this gives you certain advantages, not to overwhelm them with large amounts of material, but also to prevent members from downloading or watching all of your content at once, and then maybe they are going to cancel or ask for a refund. And if we go to the next one, as we have discussed before about the drip feed course and the navigational patterns, is about the conceptual change course. You are going to transform your audience mindset with this one. You can use the power of storytelling to create an experience that will shake your students' existing beliefs and cultivate a new way of thinking. Let me give you an example for that. A course, let's say, about digital privacy issues can start with a question to your learners on what privacy is, then continue with an example that overturns their ideas, what they have answered to this question, and then go on with a tool that can show to your students how they are technically protected. So for this one, there is not a specific structure. It's varied based on the concept and the subject. And it's another way for narrative courses to be implemented. And let me go to two of, let's say, most popular ways. The hybrid course, the hybrid way, we can say, that you can combine your online courses with traditional in-class learning. If we go to the next slide, you can see also the structure is very simple. You can provide information about what discussed in class and several home exercises complementary to the taught material. As Elisa showed to you before, we can offer a multimodal experience through LearnWorlds by uploading any type of file and create any type of learning activity will match your needs and your model, your business model. And the last one, it is the series of invited talks. And as you already know, guest speakers are taking the stage and creating a lot of engagement, but also it's a very profitable way for you. Why is that? Because you can sell from day one with the promise of an upcoming talk. So let's not forget that inviting guest speakers will add credibility to your course. So, Elisa, I think we have covered most of the types and the different ways that they can structure their courses. Of course, I know that it's very fast, but you're going to have all the details because we are going to share with you the handbook. So you're going to have all the structures of all the described different courses described here today. So don't worry about that. And the last pillar is on the way. I think, Panos, we can go to the last pillar and discuss about that.
We can continue with the last few cases of I guess approaching in a different way the course concept or reinventing the course concept. Courses, in fact, are a very interesting new medium. I always say that what people used to accomplish with an ebook 10, 20 years ago, showing themselves as experts, appearing in Amazon on Amazon with your own ebook was a major accomplishment or your book for many professionals. Obviously, you can acquire, you can sell, and you can get revenue directly by selling an ebook. But an online course can be all that and so much more. So it can be much more fun. It can be much more engaging. It can be much more interactive, and it can also appear to be much more valuable. And we always say that education can be an amazing form of marketing. So you don't necessarily have to treat an online course as a purely instructional experience where you go out and teach. This can be an amazing little wrapper for your digital goods. So if you don't call it a course, but you call it another way, it can be a digital experience. It can be a way for you to package any type of content that you are able to create, whether it's written word, it can be your book, it can be your podcasts, it can be your webinars, it could be your templates, it can be your designs, it can be your code files, it can be 3D graphics or anything else. You can package it in the form of an online course, call it by any name you like, but you can very easily sell it from within LearnWorlds as a digital download or as access to a digital file. Or you can even create a whole membership experience around your content. You don't necessarily have to sell courses. You can sell the experience of being part of a community with like-minded people where they can go in and interact with each other and engage. So these are alternative ways of thinking about repackaging and promoting your courses and getting value or money for that experience.
Let me move over to the next one because we're a little tight on time. So
Okay,
I'm not gonna switch over
so
to LearnWorlds.
the next one is a bonus course, which is like extremely easy, I guess, to understand. It's self-explainable. You can, along with your existing courses, you can have a much more shorter experience, a short course where you can add any follow-up material that you may have, any assignments, any digital products or bundles, and you can have it as an extra thing. This is always a good thing for upselling, reselling, or creating bundles that appear more valuable within your online academy experience. And then, I guess a final way of presenting things, or here what we're trying to do is open up a bit our minds and be a bit more creative about how we approach online courses, is offering an online course as a complementary experience to a physical product, or vice versa. This is something that we have seen some amazing, very interesting business models around that. If you're selling a physical product, you can always have an online course as the online manual or as the customer education experience around that physical product. The same can happen with a service. If you are a consultant and you are selling, you are offering a very difficult, let's say, or a long time consuming process, you can always have an online course as complementary to that. And in some cases, we have seen people who were selling physical books and were giving out for free an online course, or vice versa. They were selling an online course and they were sending you by post the actual physical product. That way, the physical and the digital world, they can blend. So you can combine whatever your products or your services are. You can combine and you can find creative ways to structure them and to get more value for the content and the services and the products that you are selling.
Okay, thank you, Panos. I think we're ready to move back with Joe.
Of course. Thanks a lot. Some few words before the end, as we approach to the end of today's session, is that we urge you, after what we discussed today, to think outside of the course. We discussed together and we offer you 18 different ways, diverse course design templates to package your content, but the way that you're going to use them and take advantage of them are limitless. So content repurposing and repackaging is the new trend out there, and you don't always have to reinvent yourselves. The value of your content does not stop by the time someone's consumed. So think differently this time on how you can benefit from your products in different stages of your funnel. So what they want your prospects to see, to feel confident to purchase, or what they expect as learners. Think of it and set those questions to yourself. And the time has come for the freebies that are going to be delivered to you tomorrow, straight delivered to your inbox, a recording of our today's sessions to revive the moment, the 2023 course design handbook that we crafted exclusively for today's attendees. And Christina will share that now in the chat for the ones that they cannot wait. But don't worry, you're going to receive it again tomorrow. And a big special offer, a juicy offer, 30% off for the first 3 months. You can see the coupon right here. We are going to share that as well. So you cannot, we're empowering you to break any barriers that you are experiencing. Get a taste of our product, I'm sure that you're going to stick from the first moment, or maybe you're expecting of this moment for a long time ago, so that you can proceed, or even migrate from another platform, as you are going to see that we can offer more, an all-in-one platform with a lot of capabilities. I think we don't have much time for a Q&A right now, but I'm sure that most of the questions have been answered, and I see just only maybe 3 questions from 100 questions. So we are going to get back to you guys, each and every one of you. We'd love your engagement and your excitement today. Really glad that you connected with each other, and we are going to connect with each and every one of you as well. So thank you for joining us. We hope this session was exciting as it was for us, and we're looking forward to seeing your success.
We of course need to thank Christina as well, who did an amazing job in fielding so many questions here in the Q&A. There are many questions about the coupon I see and the sign up. So we will follow up with each and every one of you. We can even if you want to upgrade and to use the coupon for something like that, we will give you something to make that happen. So this is what we are doing here. We are here to empower you, to help you use the best platform out there in order to create the best possible courses that you can. So the recording will be out for you. The handbook with all these course templates will be given to you. Just to clarify that these are not templates that you can directly import within LearnWorlds, because obviously courses are so much diverse. There isn't a one size that fits all, but we have very clear structure for all those cases, for all those templates that you can very easily replicate within LearnWorlds and adapt to your own case. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Elisa, for this amazing, for preparing all this work and all these different cases, and for showing so vividly how things can be accomplished with LearnWorlds. The purpose of this webinar wasn't to make you an expert of LearnWorlds or an expert in instructional design. We just want to show you possibilities, to show you what is possible, to free your mind from the constraints that you may feel either in your own abilities or in the platforms that you may have used so far. But our team here and our platform is here to empower you, to free your creativity and to help you create the best possible courses that you can and distribute them as wide as possible and having a significant impact in everything that you are doing. So thanks everyone for being with us today. Enjoy the day, stay safe, talk to you soon.
Bye.